I set myself the challenge to watch every single episode of Doctor Who ever made, from 1963 right up until the modern era, and do it all in 1 year. So far we are this far through the 4th Doctor's era, and this far through the show overall. We are in Season 16, the Key to Time arc. Do you remember the Keys of Marinus? The Doctor had to go about finding all the pieces of the computer and fetching them all, bringing them all back together. You remember what fun that was? Do you remember the Vord? They were supposed to be as big as the Daleks. Gotta love the Vord. The Vord are awesome. Let's do the Keys of Marinus, but like as a whole season. Except without the Vord. No one likes the Vord. So right at the start, the Doctor and K9 are flying about in the TARDIS. Mid-flight, the TARDIS is stopped, and the Doctor is brought outside to speak to the White Guardian. The White Guardian, given that he's white, is the guardian of all goodness in the universe. The Guardian charges the Doctor with finding all 6 segments of the Key to Time. What is the Key to Time? It is a box which maintains the equilibrium of time itself. Why does this box exist? Well, anyway, it has been split up into 6 segments and hidden throughout the cosmos, disguised as various other objects. Why? Well, anyway, the Doctor will be given a locator rod and sent off to find each of the segments. The locator rod will beep when you're close by, and when you touch the rod to a piece, it will reveal its true form. It's important that the Doctor finds all of these pieces soon. Why? Well, anyway, he'll be given a new companion to join him on this mission. She's a time lady named Romana Varatralunda, who the Doctor instantly refuses to call by her chosen name, dubbing her Romana. The rest of this first serial is a heist where the Doctor and Romana try to recover a segment of the Key to Time that is hidden as a lump of Jethric, one of the most valuable materials in the galaxy. Speaking of precious stones, the next segment of the Key to Time is hidden on the planet Calufrax. But when the Doctor and Romana head there, they find themselves instead on the planet Zanuck, a planet that is so rich that precious stones litter the street. None of them, however, are Jethric, so they can't be that rich. The secret is, low on resources themselves, the heads of Zanuck have converted the planet into a time-space traveling device. They materialize around other planets, mine them out, and then move on to another. Calufrax was just their latest target. And not just their latest target, the planet itself was a segment of the Key to Time. Which means that the Guardian's original plan was for the Doctor and Romana to land on Calufrax, touch the rod to it, and instantly be floating in space. At a Stonehenge-like site in the UK, several of the rocks are in fact hidden rock monsters, who alternate between sucking the life out of Friday the 13th rejects and very slowly knocking people unconscious. They are in fact servants of the alien Cessair, a criminal who has been hiding on Earth for centuries, assuming various personas, including that of Vivian Fay. When Cessair is exposed, she is suddenly very exposed, and she is instantly put on trial. It turns out the thing she stole was the Great Seal of Diplos, also known as the next segment of the Key to Time. The next segment of the Key to Time is actually very easy to find. It's a small statue on the planet Tara. Romana has barely to step outside of the TARDIS before she finds it, so the rest of the serial revolves around a medieval coronation on a planet where android duplicates are commonplace. Curiously enough, even though this story revolves around making robot copies of people, there is also just a doppelganger. Princess Strella is the exact duplicate of Romana. When the Doctor realizes this, naturally he then goes on a season-long arc trying to understand how this impossible girl can exist with the same face across 2 different... I'm just kidding, he barely notices. On one of the moons of Delta Magna, the native swamp people worship a god called Kroll. What is Kroll? It is a giant squid that was relocated here by humans centuries ago. Why? Anyway, when it arrived, it swallowed a segment of the key to time, which caused it to mutate and grow to gigantic proportions. Luckily, when the Doctor touches the locator rod to Kroll, it releases the key to time and splits apart into many hundreds of smaller giant squid. Why? Planets Atrios and Zeos have been engaged in a prolonged interplanetary war, and the last segment of the key to time is hidden on Atrios. After a short search, which involves the Doctor being miniaturized for the 4th time in the history of the show, we find that the last segment is actually Princess Astra. That's right, a living being is the final segment of the key to time, and she gives up her freedom to become the final segment. After battling with the temptation to use the key to time for evil, the Doctor resolves to return it to the White Guardian, who conveniently appears on the TARDIS scanner, asking the Doctor to hand it over. The Doctor is not fooled by this ruse, however. The White Guardian on the screen is in fact the Black Guardian in disguise. And since being black must mean he's evil, the Doctor resolves to break apart the key to time and scatter it throughout the cosmos again, undoing all of his season-long work. Even though the key to time is now split apart and hidden again, the day is saved. Why? Anyway, that's it for Season 16 and the Key to Time arc. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'll see you for Season 17.